Let's read.
Doris is a new Scrum Master at major healthcare facility in Florida. She receives an assignment to a Scrum team that has been newly formed to develop a software solution that will support the work of the hospital. The project team is not familiar with Scrum methodology. They are resentful because they feel the hospital is forcing them to follow agile methodology, which they have not had the training to perform. As a new Scrum Master, what would do you bring to your team together? Ask your manager if she can arrange to give the project team Scrum training to improve their skill set. Determine if management will allow to add resources with Scrum skill set to the project team. Discuss the issue with the team. Ask them what step they can take to resolve the issue. Ask to be reassigned to a project team with resources and skill set needed to perform the project works. Okay.
Use the
I
elimination.
think she received the assignment. She received the assignment. That's a new project, I believe. They are very beginning. They are at very beginning of the project, so they can reassign the project team with new skill set that is required to perform the project work. That can be more appropriate because they are not somewhere in the middle of the project or halfway of the project. But other is the training part. First point.
Yes, training need and assessment. So the thing is that training would be more appropriate. So if you are in a situation where you have no idea or your team has no idea about agile and you have to manage an agile project in a scrum framework, then better we arrange a training for the project team.
Training to improve their skills.
Yeah.
I think first option we should make it. Alisa is a Scrum Master at engineering firm with a weak matrix. While on break, she finds the article from Business Partners firm that state that they will be giving the considerable discount on the tool that Alisa's organization relies on. What should Alisa proceed? Alisa should contact with business partner to take advantage of this opportunity. Alisa should alert the product owner that rely on this product. Alisa should do nothing, and as she does not have the procurement responsibility or authority, Alisa should alert her PMO to this opportunity. They are working
we should not have a conflict of interest at any point in the project. So if she discovered already that her business partner has intention to give the discount for the tools that her organization is relying on, now it's like something she can approach her PMO or she can approach her procurement department. But why? The question is why, right?
Right now,
Ultimately,
in the question, nothing is being said that they need it or they definitely are looking for. Maybe there is a tool, they rely on that tool. But right now, there is no such a problem. Only the discount offer is there. So, on the base of that discount offer, maybe they can ask only to PMO or if they are looking for a good option in term of discount, maybe they can proceed.
yeah.
But other things,
So you are right. So there is, it doesn't seems like they were looking for a tool, and then she found out that the business partner is asking for giving a discount. See, looks like
mm,
if they are giving a discount, they are giving the discount on to everybody, not just Elisa, right? Her organization. So
exactly, exactly,
is
exactly.
trying to come close to Elisa by offering a discount or telling that okay, if you want, if you will buy through us, we'll give you special discount like this, something like this, nothing, right? So it's like
Mm.
so she should alert the PMO for this opportunity, and PMO may take it forward, or she should do nothing, right? As she does not have procurement responsibility or authority. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of just normal for just kind of normal news article or some ad she went through. So definitely she can only recommend it if they had already some subscription or something. They
Mhm.
can get it on discount as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So better the D option. Elisa should alert her PMO to his opportunity to this opportunity.
Okay.
Your project is running late and you need to make a decision about whether you should purchase a piece of software or have your project team to build the software. Thus, you need to complete the make or buy analysis for the procurement decision. Which process is to make or buy the analysis used? Procurement planning, definitely.
Thank you.
You are a project manager of home automation project. You are uncertain what the fee will be for wiring the home with bundled cable. So you hire a vendor to examine the home and create an estimate for the SOW you are prepared. You have prepared. You will use this estimate from the vendor to measure all other estimate from the vendors they want to bid on the installation of the bundle cable. So what is this estimation called? Budget estimate, definitive estimate, good faith estimate, and independent estimate. Actually, they are mentioning in the question that they are uncertain about what fee will be for wiring the home with the bundle cable. So they are not about clear about the budget actually, how
Yeah.
much it will be. So just
You brought in
uh,
somebody to make an estimate,
yeah,
and then you
yeah,
evaluate other bids for the same estimate that you already got, right?
exactly.
Mm.
So some independent estimate I think will be there because somebody is coming and they are doing analysis for you. So you are getting independent opinion.
Yes. Oscar is the
Oscar
Scrum
is
Master. Okay, okay, go ahead.
yeah. Oscar is a Scrum Master for Project S, which is in its ninth iteration and has a velocity of 59. Recently, two of his developers got into an argument over how a specific task should be accomplished. What is the next best step for Oscar? Refer the developer to the task documentation. Do nothing, team will figure it out its own. Wait until next retrospective. Refer the project as information radiators. So they got the opinion. The two developer got the opinion over a specific task. I think task documentation will be the primary source where they can refer and
But
understand.
uh, when we have agile teams, these teams are self-organizing teams. Okay, so it's also possible that the team will figure it out on their own. By the way, but again, if the matter is trivial, where there is an argument how it should be accomplished, there can be different opinions, right? There can be
Hmm.
different opinions, right? So
Right.
uh, this is not something that a conflict that the project manager should, or the scrum master should chip in and resolve. Okay. So yeah. So my point is that some like we say that agile teams are self-organizing teams, and based on that, the team will figure it out on their own is also one of the possibility when you say. But when you say a refer to the developers to the task documentation, so in agile we have very less documentation actually. We do have stories, we do have acceptance criteria, we do have what to do, we know what to do. Then how to do, we leave it to the team to figure it out, right? We do not direct them, I mean, to this extent that do it like this. We leave them on their, we give them some freedom, right? So it's like they will argue, but they will debate and they will find out the best way to move forward technically. Looks like it's a technical issue,
Hmm.
right? So I
Yeah, in
think,
that case, yeah, actually the point is in the question also. I just went through again in the question. Where it is mentioned in the question how to do the specific task. So that you are absolutely right. It is not mentioned in the task documentation. Maybe some target or some task name is there, but how to perform it's depend on. So do nothing and the team will figure it out their own. Better, I think this option is more relevant.
yeah, yes, you made it.
Our new project is forming to create new warehouse. Warehouse plans call for completion within 1 year if expected resources are available. Management requires the in-house development project team. The project manager, project sponsor, however, feel the available resources are committed too many projects and would not be adequately available on the work for on the new project. Because of this, additional time will be needed in developing. Because of all this, additional time will be needed in developing which one of the following. Team development plan, resource limited schedule, procurement management plan, responsibility assignment matrix. I think that is a resource limited schedule.
So
An agile development team tend to have more effective sprints as the project mature, with each increment handed off and accepted by the user group. What is the main reason behind the agile team's continuous improvement? Use the feedback loop, efficient use of resources, servant leadership, ability to change the scope. So,
how they improve continuously?
through customer feedback,
Yes,
they are having it.
feedback is the food of champions. What they say,
Yeah,
breakfast of
because
champions.
exactly. You and the project sponsor are working together to create project scope statement. Project sponsor has concern about the demand of safety, for electrical requirements of the project work. The concerns about safety should be documented as one of the following: pure risk, cost of quality, product requirement, and assumptions. So, demand for safety for electrical requirements for the project work. The project sponsor has concern about demand for safety for electrical requirement for the project. So they want to document in which of the following.
Look, assumption is not the strategy. Okay. Uh, so that is ruled out. Mm,
I think in itself in the question, electrical requirements for the project is mentioned. So we should go with the product requirements.
no, but the question is that it is demand for safety for the electrical requirements. I mean, electrical requirements for the project work is there, okay, but we need to make sure that people are safe, right? For while doing the electrical work, people are safe. So there's a concern raised about the demand for the safety for the electrical requirements for the project work. So there would be demand for safety for the electrical requirements. So this is some kind of a risk that we foresee, that there should be proper risk assessment for the kind of work that it may involve in the project, which is related to electrical, right? And we may think about first, safety first, which means we may have special arrangement for work to ensure that everybody working on the electrical work is safe, right? So it should be one of the pure, I mean, risk. This is a risk, right? I would say this is a risk that is highlighted and it should be documented as one of the risks. Now, if you consider it as some preventative action that may involve um, safety for the personnel, and then ultimately when the personnel are safe, then definitely the work will continue. There will be business continuity, which means that we will have less, wastage or in terms of time, and product quality will improve. Then we may think about preventative actions as some of the preventative actions, like we talked about, that we want to avoid the defect, we want to do it right for the first time. So we may think about cost of conformance, which is part of cost of quality. However, the question says that your concern about safety should be documented as what? So I think it should be risk. What do you think?
So the concern, uh, but the risk is here is pure risk.
Yeah, but pure risk, we never heard about pure risk, anything related to pure. I mean, pure risk is some terminology which is made up terminology, right? That's the only.
Then what about your thoughts about cost of quality?
I told you that cost of quality is two things: cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. So
Hmm.
if your concern is safety, let's say, and you are conforming to safety standards, then you choose safety standards and then you implement those as a preventative action. And those will be costly, but you at least ensure that safety standards are implemented, right? So there will be less chances of having certain as accidents of electrical nature, right? So you will prevent some mishap to happen, right? So there will be work will be safe. So this is cost of conformance. This is cost of quality. If if you agree, um, yeah, with this description. My only problem with the pure risk is that pure risk mean nothing to me because it is just a risk. If it is a risk, then we can consider. Otherwise, pure risk is something which is a made up terminology. So yeah, so we are left with these two choices. I would say it's cost of quality. What do you think?
Yeah, I mostly believe in cost of quality because definitely.
Yeah.
And previous somewhere I also read something that at the end of session I will share. An
Yeah.
organization has recently transitioned from a predictive development approach to adaptive development approach. Karen is hired as a agile coach. Some of the senior stakeholders who are strong advocate to the traditional development approach have shown strong resisting to agile practice and are not happy with the change. They are engaged in other project, so your project has deficiencies or dependencies on. As a child coach, what would you coach your team to be the best way to share their progress with other project stakeholders? Daily stand-up meeting, retrospective information radiators, scrum of scrums. Actually, as a new agile coach, you have to engage all the stakeholders. So here the point is they are engaged in other projects that your project has dependency on. So you have to engage them, maybe, but daily stand-up meeting is not possible because what would you coach your team the best way to share their progress with other project stakeholder.
Yeah. They have
So
dependency on you, right? So you need to coach
yeah,
your to share their progress with other project stakeholders. So daily stand-up meeting is between your team.
yes, sir.
Yeah. It's not
So
with
it
the
is
other
not
project.
possible. Yeah, a retrospective meeting. Uh,
Again within your team.
yeah, it is not even possible.
Yeah, it is
Information
for different
radiator.
purpose. Yeah. It is end of the
Yeah,
sprint. Yeah.
yeah, end of the sprint or end of the task or whatever we are
Yeah.
doing.
Mm.
Information radiator or scrum of the scrums. So it does not look as scrum of the scrums
Yeah,
also.
because your team will not be joining Scrum of the Scrum. Maybe your agile coach will be
Yeah,
joining Scrum.
so I think that information radiator, the
True,
option left,
true. That
we
is
can
that is
add
to
in
show the
consider.
progress. No? Information radiators like your burn down chart, your burn up chart. These are the charts which show the progress.
Hmm. Right. We can go with this one.
Okay.
Leslie is a Scrum Master for Project Y. So your screen hanged up actually. No, it's okay.
Really? Yes, sir.
Leslie is a project. No, it's fine.
Hmm.
Leslie is a Scrum Master for Project Y, which is 9 iterations into its deployment and has a velocity of 68 story points. Recently, new team member joined the team who is in a different country than rest of the team. What Leslie do next? Remove the team member and find the local one. Force the team member to move close. Complain the product owner determines what communication can be. Tools can be provided to integrate the new project team member. I think that is the best thing. Last one.
Oh, great.
Ernest has a Scrum Master for project which is in its 9th iteration and has a velocity of 152 points and has 100,000 remaining in its budget. While reviewing the backlog with the product owner, Ernest determined that project will need to bring the consultant to assist with some complex stories that development team cannot handle. What should Ernest do next? Do nothing. Project is progressing well and has a budget available. Tell the project team to expect help. Get his team's opinion at the next sprint review. Update the budget to account for consultants' time. I think the last option is better because while reviewing the backlog with the product owner, they determine the project will need to bring a consultant.
Yes.
Although they have the budget, but still maybe previously they did not consider the consultant and to the scope or he will be available. So first to update the budget to account for the consultant time. Definitely they need it because they mentioned they cannot handle.
Yes. And do nothing is not appropriate. And asking
Do
the
nothing
team
is
is
not the option.
asking the team or telling the team that you may need help is of no use.
Yes, yes, yes. As a project manager is completing the project to build the new condo. He needs to confirm that any field drawings by architect match the office drawing that will go into project archive. Which project management plan ensure that changes to the project scope and product scope are thoroughly considered and documented. Change control system, integrated change control system, configuration management plan, communication management system. He needs to confirm that any field drawing by the architect match the office drawing that will go into project archives. This is the purpose. So I think it will be the
I know you will tell the correct answer. Tell. Just go by your instinct.
I don't know because now I am under
Nothing,
more pressure
nothing.
since
These are
he said
these are okay. Let's rule out. It is not communication management. True.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now you are left with change control system, integrated change
Okay.
control plan, and configuration management plan. So let's talk about drawings and design changes, right? So how do you ensure that you are correctly working whatever is in the design with the architect, it matches with the project. I mean, what it is matches with the field engineer drawing, right? Which means that it should not happen that he is working on the outdated design and then in the back with the architect design has changed, but the field engineer has the outdated design, right? So we need to ensure that we have an archive where we have the version
I think
system.
better is the integrated change control plan.
Look, the problem is integrated change control happens. The integrated change control happens, right? But there is no integrated change control plan. The integrated change control happens like this, that if there is any change, you document the change, you take it through the change management process, and you take the approval from the change control board. And to ensure, like, to take the approval, you need to present the impact of the change on your baselines, and then they will approve it or reject it. Then you will take it for implementation. You will change the baselines, and then you will get it implemented, and you will log the change. So this whole process is called integrated change control. Now, change control system, change control system, we didn't heard of this terminology. This is more of change. If there was an option called change management plan, then we could have thought of. But also, change management plan is something which talk about how we will manage the change in a systematic way. Okay. Now, the more important, whenever remember that there is talk about changes in the project scope and changes in the product scope, then there is a version control, there is proper configuration management which is happening. So dry mean configuration. Whenever there is a version or drawing that you have, and you have to ensure that it is the same which we need to work on, you log it into the configuration management system, and then whenever change will happen, it will be logged back into the configuration management system, because that's where the configuration will be maintained. That's the latest configuration that you are working on. Otherwise, things will, any parameter changes, anything that design has changed, it won't be able, you won't be able to track, right? So you need to properly log the change in project or product scope in the configuration management system. Then it will precisely keep track of the changes, that this version had these many changes with all the changes to the previous design. It will be specifically mentioned, and then version 2 will come. It will tell what did we change, which section we changed, which part we changed to design, all the parameters it will keep track of. So configuration management system is the system, or configuration management plan is where you update any changes to your project or product scope. This is my understanding. You got the idea, right?
Yeah. Then the C option we should select it.
Yeah. As PM is completing a project to build a new condo, you need to confirm that any field drawing by the architect matches the office drawings that will go into the project archives. Which project management plan ensure that changes to the project scope and the product scope are thoroughly considered and documented? Yeah, that's how you do it. Rachel is the Scrum Master for Project Q, which is in 9th iteration and has a velocity of 96 story points. During recent sprint, Rachel noticed several team members had not updated their task statuses on time. What should Rachel do? Do nothing. The team is responsible for updating their tasks and will hold each one accountable. Remind the entire team to update their tasks. Privately remind those who did not update their tasks to do so. Escalate the issue to the product owner. Obviously, escalation would not be appropriate. Things should be manageable by you on your in your own way, right? So
Yeah,
let's
exactly. We have to do it by ourselves actually.
yes.
Remind the
And
entire team to update. That will be most appropriate because they mentioned several team members. So if something plus minuses is there, so instead of privately, they should give a general notice to update to all the people, I think.
yeah, privately, right?
No, I believe remind the entire team. Second option.
The thing is, you are saying tell everyone that please remember to update your task, so it will be like a general message, so nobody will
Yeah.
that he is called out. But the thing is, even in C, we are not saying that call out the names. We are saying privately remind those who did not update their tasks to do so. It's like we are taking care of this thing separately, so that nobody knows that you were called out. So it's a privately reminding. Do nothing. The team is responsible for updating their task. This is something gone. Escalate the issue is gone. Privately remind those who did not update. Now the debate is between these two. Now you're saying remind the entire team will be a general message, so nobody will feel like it is being said about him. Yeah. Because
Because
as
sometimes if we are specifically calling and asking someone, like, okay, why you are not updating? So you update this. First, we should give them a general reminder. Please
yeah.
update your status. Then let's have a
Yeah, this
review
is
or
how
something.
we like to be approached, right? If the teacher is telling
Exactly.
whoever has not submitted the assignment, please submit. So definitely who has not submitted, he will get the message. Instead, if teacher will call privately to his room and then tell to everybody, then he will feel like I am called out, right?
Mm.
It's okay. I still feel There is something telling me that C should be the answer, but let's go ahead with B and then we'll see. Okay. Larry is a PM of Project Q, which is in the 9th week of implementation. Is $5,000 our budget and has a total budget of 100,000. No, yeah, 100,000. Recently, a team member had let Larry know a critical task had somehow been missed during planning of the project Q. What should Larry do? Submit the task for the change control board, schedule the task for immediate work, bring up the task at the next sprint review, do nothing, only planned task may be worked on. So do nothing is gone, right?
Do nothing is not the option at all anywhere.
Then we cannot take up the task for the next sprint review, right? As well.
Yeah, we cannot even wait it. Yeah.
So now the option
Maybe.
is A or B. Now let's see B. Schedule the task for immediate work. Also, we cannot do that, right? I mean,
Because
we
there
cannot.
is no need of immediate work or something we missed out.
I understand, but you will not schedule the task for immediate work. The thing is, even if it is important and it's missed out work, you should remember that you are already our budget and you cannot accommodate any more tasks, right? So
Exactly.
how you will feed it, how you will pay for it, right? So you cannot even add in this. I mean, you cannot even start working on it, and you cannot. I mean, you can bring up the task at the next sprint review would be not possible because the sprint review, if the task is not done, the product will be of not that quality, right?
Exactly.
Then the only
So I
option
think
is that
better, yeah, A option will be more appropriate because they have to first submit the task to the change control board. So they will understand the urgency and importance of the task. And
read.
your organization has adopted agile practice for its project management approach, and you are serving as a scrum master on a new project. Project team is obviously struggling over who will be leading the project team.
Cool.
So this happened in which phase of team development?
Mhm.
I think that will be happening at the beginning of the team development because definitely somebody as a new project, a project team is obviously struggling over who will be leading the project.
Yes. Who is the boss here?
Yeah, who is the boss? So it should be clear from the beginning, not somewhere in the middle, like forming, storming, norming,
So
or even we cannot say performing level at okay, who now you are the boss. Okay, you leave, okay, you are the boss.
no, the thing
So I
is,
think
the
some
thing is, the thing is, what will be yeah, the thing is, so if it is not forming, then what? If it is storming, norming, performing, the thing is, you are challenging the authority in the beginning only. So in the beginning means
exactly.
that you are just formed the team, right? You have just formed the team, and then
Hmm.
everybody has seen each other for the first time. So now
Hmm.
everybody will be looking at why I am here and who is the boss.
Who is the boss? Definitely. At the first meeting, they will be.
Yeah. So it will be in the stages of team development. This is a forming, then there is storming, then there is norming, then there is performing, right?
Yeah.
So it should be forming, my point of view.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. But again, but again, if the fight starts, I mean, once you form a team, there is no clarity. There, who is boss, who will do what, right? But they will not challenge the authority. They will challenge the authority in the storming stage. In the storming stage, they will start to show the muscles. But do you see anything like that? Team is fighting
In the
over.
question, nothing is mentioned like that.
Yeah, team is
They are
not
fighting
fighting.
or
Team is
something.
just struggling that
They are struggling.
who is
Yeah,
leading the project,
it's
right?
a new project even. Yeah, they
Yeah,
mentioned the new project as well.
got it.
So who wants to lead? Who will be the
Got the
boss?
point. But I was trying to tell you the situation could have been changed. One word. Team is fighting. So then it would be
Exactly, exactly.
storming. Okay, read.
So Quincy is a Scrum Master of for Project D, which is in its ninth iteration and has a velocity of 99 stories and is on budget. After recent retrospective, the developer approached Quincy with several insightful ideas on the project. The developer also let Quincy know they are too shy to share these in the retrospective. So what should Quincy do next? Encourage the developer to share those ideas during retrospective, but offer to share the update on their behalf if they prefer. Record those ideas in project documentation, reject those ideas they were shared after the retrospective, refer the developer to the product owner. I think on their behalf they cannot, rejection cannot. So first option, I will not go for that. So
Hmm. By the way, would you go for D?
refer the developer to product owner. Record the ideas in the project. I think last option will be more appropriate because simple recording in project documentation
Look, man,
maybe.
think about the person who is shy to share the ideas in the retrospective, right?
Yeah,
Now he is happy. He shared the ideas privately, right? I mean, after the retrospective, developer approached Quincy with several ideas. Okay, so
exactly.
he was not confident to share during the retrospective, right? So what she can
Hmm.
do, she can tell him that okay, better you share the ideas in the during the retrospective. But if you need my help, I will share the ideas with the team. You know, so his point will be taken. But yeah, so my point is that you can encourage someone by helping him in the beginning, and then once he feel confident, he can start sharing his ideas. Now recording those ideas, taking the ideas and without discussing, because there should be discussion between the team. You cannot record the ideas directly in the project documentation and then somebody will read it, then everybody will not connect to it, right? Because we are one team. And rejecting is the not an option. Refer the product developer to the product owner. It means that you are not there. If you are there, then you have to handle. It's like escalating or like just taking yourself out of the equation. It's not a solution, right? I mean, you are there for a purpose, right? So you need to help. You need to give it a helping hand. You need to set
Then
up.
first option is more
Yeah,
appropriate. Exactly.
yeah. So you need to uplift somebody who is feeling little bit shy. So give him a helping hand, and then he will be confident. Hmm.
Otto is new to your Scrum team. He has never worked in Scrum environment and wondering how impediment are typically prioritized. What are you most likely to tell him? Impediment or address in the order that they arises.
Mhm.
Impediments are addressed in the duration order where impediments that take less time to address
Mhm.
or faster. Scrum team analyzes impediments and the most impactful impediment are addresses first. Every impediment is addressed in subsequent release period after reviewing the impediment in the retrospective meeting.
Impediment is some
How
roadblock, is an issue.
or hmm?
Impediment is an
Sorry.
issue. What is impediment? Impediment is an issue which is stopping the work.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we cannot move forward. It's a blocker. It could be something which delays the work, or so we need to do something. We need to do something.
I
Otherwise,
think impediments are addressed in the order that they arise, because we cannot even hold for retrospective. Uh, Maybe C option we can consider somehow, that we can analyze the impediment either it is severe or not, because either we need to do address first.
yeah. Now this is good point, because the Pareto principle, that you have defects, you have problems, right? But you need to analyze those problems, that which are the most you know uh, problematic problems, right? So if you tackle those, you get most benefits, right? Because definitely everything does not need that attention. Like things like problems are of different nature, right? So you need to
Hmm.
address those problems where you have more impact. So yeah, Scrum team should analyze impediments, and the most impactful impediments should be addressed first. This is how we prioritize the bugs, and it's how we prioritize the issues in the project. That this is the high priority because we see that there is an impact on the customers, and we are not able to make sales. So we need to fix this, because at higher priority, other customer experience related uh, trivial things could be deprioritized, but something which directly impacts your customers' sales, you should take it up as a priority, right? So you need to analyze. You're right. Agree?
Right, I agree.
Great.
You are a project manager of your organization, and as part of this role, you need to coach and mentor other project managers. So you have created a public website that provide explanation and examples of project management formula, theories, and applications. This is an example of which of the following: not-for-profit entity, a breach of PMP code for professional misconduct, example of contributing to project team knowledge base, example of providing the public with information on PMP career and certification.
It's a tough ask, actually. If you ask me, if you do it, definitely you are serving the community. You have created a public website that provides explanation and examples of project management formulas, theories, and applications. So it's something that you are giving back to the community, right? It's not for profit. You cannot say it's not for profit entity. I mean, you could do it for profit as well, because you created public website. People will come. Your blog will grow, right? Then there would be options for the advertisements and those stuff, right? So
Yes.
it's not necessary that it's a not for profit. You are not breaching the PMP code of conduct, because nowhere you are breaching it. No way, because looks like you are trying to help others through your blog, and that's no way breaching of the conduct, right? An example of contributing to the project management knowledge base. True. This is an example that you are contributing to the project management knowledge base, because you will provide explanations, examples, formulas, theories, applications. So you are contributing to the project management knowledge base. This is not an example of providing the public with the information of PMP career and certification, because you are not coaching them on PMP. You are helping other project managers how they can understand the formulas, the explanations, the project management in the best way, right? So it's not like you are training them on PMP or certification, but you are writing explanations and formulas and theories and explanations. So this is an example of contributing to the knowledge base. What do you think?
Exactly. Right, right. So you are a part of self-organizing co-located team of journalizing specialists who are working on delivering result incrementally. Which mode of communication is the most value on this environment? Face-to-face and informal, virtual and accurate task board, schedule, formal notes, and status report. Self-organizing team do not rely on communication. You are a part of several co-located team of generalizing specialists who are working on delivering the results incrementally.
By the way,
Okay, they are already
yeah,
they are already co-located, so it should be some kind of virtual and accurate task board.
look. There are two things which you are hearing for the first time. Maybe co-located, you heard about it. Okay, generalizing specialist, agile team are considered as generalizing specialists because everyone has multi skills. So a developer can somehow do the QA job. QA can somehow read the code. Okay, Scrum Master also can do the both. He can do the QA role. He can assist in QA. He can assist in code reviews, right? So we call them generalizing specialists. They are specialists in their own field, yeah, but they also have know-how about what others are doing. Okay, so we call them generalizing specialists. Okay, and they can complement each other, right? And if somebody is missing on one day, the other person can continue. Like today, we had a important release for tomorrow, so our QA was off because it's Sunday in India. So one of our business analysts and myself, I being Scrum Master, we performed the QA, and we are fine. We discovered the issues and then we reported those issues, and we are going to settle those issues tomorrow. So, so the thing is that we complemented the absence of the QA did not stop the work. So we are generalizing specialists. You got the idea of generalizing specialists, right? But again, which mode of communication is the most valuable in this environment? So it's a co-located team. So co-located team mean that you are not in a virtual, you are at one place. You know, you are at one place. You are co-located mean you are in one place. Virtually distributed team, then you are at different teams, different. Yeah.
Understood.
So always, whenever you are co-located, so face to face is
Face to face is the most appropriate. Yeah.
most valuable form of communication. True. Let's select this and last question, right? 20. What do you think? Or shall we continue?
I think we should take a rest because after sleeping long, so you are also tired. So I am also tired.
Mhm. Let's practice the
So
last one.
you have been tasked with updating the company's website as a part of strategic objective to remain competitive in the global marketplace. The new website must incorporate best practices from your competitor and be subject to the change as new trends emerge. Which of the following methodology would be the best used in this scenario? Predictive, plan, iterative, incremental, and agile.
Scope is changing, right?
That will be then agile, I think, will be the best because your task is updating the website as a part of strategic objective to remain competitive in global marketplace.
Yeah. So you will be releasing. So agile, if you remember, it's iterative and incremental at the same time. So it's an iterative and incremental. So agile is both. So that's the best answer, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
you will release incrementally, but you will improve iteratively through iterations your product. Let's grade it.
Mhm. Let's grade it. Yes.
Grade it. Hmm. As always,
As always, the result is there.
first is wrong. Why? Ask your manager if she can arrange to give the product team scrum training. We said this one, right? We pressed the wrong. No, it should be discuss the issue with the team and ask what steps they can take to resolve the issue. Seriously, training was the good option. C, discuss the team issue and come up with a solution as a group helps reduce conflict and build team collaboration to find a solution. A is incorrect. While training the team is a good idea, it's best to use the agile approach of coaching the team to get their opinion and viewpoint how best to move forward, lead the team to decision rather than forcing another decision on the team. Hmm. Yeah, because you see, the hospital was forcing them to follow agile methodology, and if you supported which they have not got any training, and then if you went ahead and forced the training as well on them, then you did not discuss with the team at all, right? So the question was, what do you do to bring your team together?
Exactly, exactly. Discuss the issue with the team. That is not the option because they are already forcing them.
I know, but the thing is, you have to take them separately and discuss with them that how should they feel like moving forward, because it's a something that they have never worked on, they have no idea, and maybe if you discuss with them, then they agree with you, or they tell you that provide us the training, and then you go ahead with the training. But again, deciding on the behalf of the team, you are asking your manager if she can arrange to give the project team Scrum training to improve their skill set, would be not fine to bring your team together. We did not focus on the last part of the question, that what we want to achieve. We want to achieve collaboration. What do you do to bring your team together? They didn't say, what do you do to, uh, to, 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 to let them work or to make them successful, right? It was like something missing when you need to bridge the gap. You got the idea.
Right, right, right.
Next. Oh, wrong. Should not let the product PMO, should not alert her PMO, should alert the product owner that rely on this software. So in this case, who is the product owner? How should Elisa proceed? Should alert the product owner that rely on this software. Okay, so the person who should be approached should be the product owner that might be interested in this type of software. You got it? Like the PMO, we thought of like it is something that is not in her scope of work, so she can give it to PMO, and PMO will take it up to anyone who is interested, right? Oh, there will be no PMO. It's a weak matrix. Yes, look, that's the catch. You got the point. In the functional organization or even the matrix organization, in the weak matrix, there is no PMO. There is no project
Understood.
management. Yeah. So that's the issue in this. Our first two are wrong. Procurement planning is fine. Independent estimate is fine. Do nothing. Team will figure out on their own. Yeah. Then why? Oh, refer the developer to the task documentation. Seriously? Oscar to ensure developers are using the appropriate definition of done and task requirement. This will help them to determine how the
Refer.
task.
You remember I was voting for this refer the task documentation.
Definition
I
of done, right? Definition of done. This was your idea?
how the specific term should be accomplished. But later we agree on that because how it will be the process, the process will not be in the documentation. That's why
Yeah,
we
we
agree
said
do
that
not.
how will not be there. We said that what is need to be done should be there, right?
What need to be done? Yeah, like
Yeah, because how is I wanted to give it this authority to team to figure out, right? I'm not gonna tell them how to do it. I will leave it to them, but I will definitely tell them how I will assess it. Like what is my acceptance criteria? How I want it to perform when you will be delivering it. This should fulfill this acceptance criteria. So if you say how in the sense of how it will be tested, so we should make sure that it fulfill the test criteria, then it is fine, right? From customer point of view, what you call as done, right? You will be going back to your acceptance criteria, so you will assess
no,
it.
the acceptance criteria is totally based on the output. No, so if the output is fine, it is as per the requirement. So definitely that is okay.
Yeah.
But how I did it, that will not be questions. The question will be if I need the mobile phone, I need the mobile phone. So maybe how I made it, that is not the question. And now it is a mobile phone and it has all the feature of latest mobile phone. But still, because here they are mentioning how a specific task should be accomplished. So they are talking about some of the process. So in
That's
a
okay.
task or activity documentation, we are not mentioning process straight out like, okay, I will check this, then I will check this, I will check this. Maybe we are not following any checklist even also. Okay, this is available, this is available, this is available to complete this task. Task can be completed somehow depend on
Many
developer
ways.
or somebody.
Many ways. It's little confusing. It should have been, I mean, how the feature, I mean, what is the requirement? That should be the what part should be clearly explained in the
Exactly. What is the
definition
requirement
of
and
done.
what task needs
Yeah.
to be done?
So you want me
That
to
should be the
you want me to develop a feature. You can tell me as much detail as you want. You know that
exactly.
as a user, I want to test this. I want to test this. I want to make sure that I see this field. I need to enter this field, this formula, whatever. Um, but again, what to do is there. How to do should be my prerogative, right?
Yeah, yeah. How to do? Yeah.
All right, we disagree with this answer. What to do,
Hmm.
right? We still have
Yes, yes.
our opinion that how to do should be my prerogative. There could be a million ways of doing the thing. But you
Exactly.
want the result definitely I will have to fulfill your acceptance criteria.
Hmm.
Yeah, resource limited schedule. Use the feedback loops. Pure risk. Wow. Man, concerns on the article were described as this example of pure risk because the dangerous activity can have only negative outcomes. Some is that investments such as purchasing faster computer investments. So pure risk mean that nothing. It was just a confusing word. Cost of quality describe the expense to certain the expected quality. We said that if the work we need to have some preventative action, that's part of the cost of quality. However, the concern shown here was related to a negative risk actually. So it is first time I'm hearing that is something called pure risk. But yeah, it makes sense because it was a risk, right? Are you with me?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I understood. I understood. Boss, I'm with you totally.
Yeah. Information radiator is correct. Determine communication tool, correct. Update the budget, correct. Configuration management plan, see. So both changes to the project scope and the product features and the product scope is thoroughly considered and documented as part of the configuration management. Privately remind, see. C is correct, right?
Hmm.
You remember this question, right? So instead, you tell everybody, you tell
Yes,
privately
yes,
those
yes. You
who will
had
not.
the opinion to mention in the.
Oh, see, we were debating this little bit that they started questioning the authority, then it should be storming. Power struggles happen during the storming phase. We mentioned that whenever they will start questioning the authority, who is the boss here, it will be storming. They started fighting. You get? They started to show their muscles. It's like it's like they will not open up in the beginning. By the way, forming is never they will talk about their power or others' power. When they will talk about others' power, it's storming. Now they started to show muscles. You got the point?
Yeah, that is also right. But the point was what we agreed on a new project. Team is obviously struggling over who will be leading the project.
No, no, no. The on the new project team will be struggling to know what I am doing here. Everyone, honestly, if you will
Everyone,
mind,
yeah, definitely there will be a
everyone will try to
confusion.
understand what my role is here.
Yeah.
First question will be what my role is here. Second
Hmm.
question will be now who are you to tell me?
Hmm.
Who are you to tell me? Now I need to know the authority. So once I start questioning the authority, I am in the storming phase. I started to show up.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's storming. Did you
Conflict
agree?
always we can estimate with the storming.
Whenever conflict is there, yes,
Hmm.
you are right. Encourage, analyze the impediments, contributing face to face, agile, meet. Oh, no, no, no. We just said this. Okay, so in 20, we have four wrong, I think. So we have forming and storming. So we agree that whenever there is conflict will arise, we have the storming. And we understood that we should remind people privately if somebody has not done the part. Um then then we have understood that there is a concern about safety, then it's a risk. So what is the difference then? Cost of
Hmm.
quality. So cost of quality is like you want to avoid the rework, you want to do it right for the first time, or you want to pay the price of the rework. So both cost of conformance and cost of non-conformance. So that is that thing. Using feedback loop. What else?
Hmm.
Do nothing, team will figure it out. No. Refer the developer to the task documentation. This is what we said that recently two of his developers got into an argument over how a specific task should be accomplished. Two of his developers got into argument how a specific task should be accomplished. Should be. Oh, okay. This word is important, by the way. You see, it's
Hmm.
not how a specific task should be tackled, should be taken up, should be designed, approached. You know, this looks like definition of done, like how it should be completed. You get my point? Definition of done, how it should be completed. Like how does the done look like? It's just the playing of the words, you know. So how,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just the playing of the words. Here, if it was approached, designed, or taken up, then we could have said that it's my prerogative, I how I take it up. But how it should be done, it is also definition of done. As per the definition of done, how does the done look like? You got it right.
Right, right.
It's very important to read the question carefully. This means that initially in these questions we both were sleepy. Elisa should alert the product owner that rely on this type of software. Okay, you can tell, okay, in such a magazine I read that you might be interested in this, right? It's just a trivial. Ask your manager if she can arrange to give the project training. No, discuss the issue with the team, because the point was, what do you do to bring the team together? So you should collaborate, right? I think we learned good lessons today. What do you think?
I think now seven total questions. That a little bit.
Seven were
So
wrong.
seven were
Out of
wrong. Yeah.
today, our progress was not up to the mark. Yeah, but we learned. This is good that we learned something.
Yes,
And
yes, exactly, exactly. The
yeah,
new
it will.
questions came, new scenario came into the picture.